One that I cannot wait for, though, Arizona State, Iowa State, in Jerry World, man. Yeah, this one is awesome, man. This is like the winner of this is in the college football playoff. The loser, there's no at-large bid, man. Like, win in, you're in. This is a true college football playoff kind of conference championship game, and I cannot wait for it. Iowa State, first 10-win season in school history. Gritty Matt Campbell operation. They got 4 wins by 1 score. You don't apologize for it. Arizona State favored by 2.5. This one's going to be a lot of fun because the Matt Campbell stock now, remember when the USC job opened up and it was like, hey, is Matt Campbell the guy? And it feels like every other big job that opens up, Matt Campbell's name gets thrown in there, but he's like, no, I'm staying at Iowa State. And then that stock kind of went down a little bit the last year, and you're like, well, maybe it was good he didn't get one of those jobs. And now it's all the way back up and it's booming. And if they win the Big 12, it's booming once again. Arizona State, man, they are new to the party in some respects, but like they might be one of the most fun teams in college football. You got a young head coach in Kenny Dillingham who's 34 years old and cuts a promo every single time he touches the mic, whether it be on the field or a post-game press conference. Like, dude just exudes electricity. I'd play for him tomorrow, run through a wall for him tomorrow. You got a running back who's doing ridiculous numbers with a name that sounds like a Dr. Seuss character in Cam Scadaboo. Like, how awesome is this game? How awesome is college football? Also, you got a transfer portal quarterback in Sam Leavitt, who's just, dealing the pill like a shady pharmacist. He has been dialed in this season. He's been balling. He's a big reason why they're in this game. So, the curious part about this thing for me, Arizona State now, all the things I just said about them that you love about them with Scadaboo and Leavitt and Dillingham, like, you also loved that Jordan Tyson was one of the best receivers in college football, period. He was a massive part of this offense from a production standpoint. Sam Leavitt, about half, not exactly, but in the neighborhood of around half of his passing yards were to a Jordan Tyson. Over 1,000 yards receiving on the year. So my question then becomes, hey, can you find a way to still create those explosive plays down the field? Kenny Dillingham, offensive background, I think they'll probably bring their best to the table. But Iowa State, man, they're top 20 in nearly every single pass defense category. So I'm doing the math here. Okay, I lose my best offensive weapon on the perimeter, and I'm playing a good secondary, and it's a gritty outfit in Iowa State that's been resilient as all get out and pretty much made their money just never say die. Okay, I don't love that. I don't love that for myself. Also with Iowa State, like they go as Rocco Becht goes in my mind. There's not a ton of like explosive playmakers that I look at for Iowa State and say, hey, that dude can change the entire game. But Rocco Becht, to me, just is a microcosm or he is the Iowa State football personified in one person. Gritty, runs the football, does whatever is asked of him to win the football game. Like, what are you getting from Rocco Becht on that day? It might be a design quarterback run inside the 10-yard line. It might be, hey, Rocco, we need you to get this on 3rd and 6. Whatever you need to get from Iowa State, Rocco Becht's going to give it to you. All right? Much like X. So, here's where I fall in this game, man. Last night, baby girl won't sleep. Like, she's crying, she's fussing, and I'm like, all right, I hear what you're saying. You want us to go grind the Arizona State, Iowa State video to get dialed in. And in her eyes, she was saying yes. And I'm glad she did because here's the thing, man. There's a lot of things I don't like in this world. Not a lot. There's some things I don't like in this world. One of the main things, I don't like to feel stupid. And I would feel stupid if I picked Iowa State and I saw the numbers that they had given up. They're allowing 5.1 yards a carry on the ground. They're allowing 173 yards per game. They run a 3-3-5 defense, which is what Mississippi State ran against Arizona State. And Cam Scadaboo went buck wild against them. And then also clowned the 3-3-5 defense in his post-game press conference. The 3-3-5 defense, just to add some clarity there, 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, 5 DBs. It's built to match up with the spread, not really built to match up with the running back who is just an absolute rolling bowling ball of butcher knives in Cam Scadaboo. 3 of the last 4 games, Cam Scadaboo's gone over 100 yards. He's averaging 5.7 yards a carry on the year. It's a weird year in the Big 12. But give me Kenny Dillingham. Give me the Sun Devils. Give me Arizona State to punch their ticket to the college football playoff. And depending on what happens in the Mountain West Conference Championship, we'll see what happens in the ACC as well. But like Arizona State could very much so have themselves a bye in the first round of the college football playoff after being picked to finish near the bottom of the Big 12 in the preseason. Media, man. What is the media's the worst, aren't they? These guys, man. These guys. So we'll take Arizona State to win the game. And if you're Kenny Dillingham, he keeps cutting promos post-game Whenever they win a football game, you saw the one on the field when they're getting, storming the field. You see him at the press conference where he's saying, hey, if you hit the over on our win total on the year, invest that back into the collective. It's nice to have those marketable moments where you beat BYU and you have the field storm and all that. But, like, if you go win the Big 12 championship, words are great. You know what speaks louder than words? Trophies. And Kenny Dillingham would have a trophy to, I think, pour gasoline on what Arizona State is and activate the Valley, as he would say. So the Sun Devils will take them to win the Big 12, and the vibes are immaculate in Tempe. Probably always immaculate, honestly, with the weather being so great, but we'll take Arizona State to win the Big 12 and improve upon those vibes.